Hello everyone. Let us will discuss today about the method study. We already know that what do you mean by work study. So work study refers to study about the work. That means how the work is going on. Indirectly, we can say that what are the different methods or procedures involved in work. So separately, we will study what do you mean by method study or work methods. Okay, work methods analysis or method study is a scientific technique of observing, recording and critically examining the present method of performing a task or a job or operation with the aim of improving the present method and developing a new and cheaper method. So ultimately here we can say that we are going for study about the present method of performing the task, and we will alter the present method or improving the method so that we can find a cheaper method of doing the work. Okay, so that is called as, that is the first motto of study about the method of the work. So method study also known as methods improvement or work improvement. So we are going for improving the work in terms of the cost and energy. Okay, next we'll go for objectives of method study. First objective is, see that, so by common sense also we can say, but still we will learn some from the points. First one is to study the existing and that means present job, existing or present job or proposed method of doing any job, operation or activity. For that purpose we are going for method study. Second one is to develop an improved method to improve productivity and to reduce operating cost. So our aim is to be develop the improved method, that means a new method. So that what is our main motto? To improve the productivity. By implementing new method we are going for increasing the productivity, and first aim is to be reducing the cost. So every businessman or every industrialist, their first focus is on this one. Okay, and third one is to reduce excessive material handling. So unnecessary burden on the part of the worker has to be removed. So excessive material handling or movement, and thereby reduce fatigue of workmen. So it is always a fatigue of the workmen, that too much burden will definitely leads to a depress. So that it is better we will go by the planning. Okay, that means how to do about the work, and what are some improved methods, so that it will save the energy of the workman, as well as from the point of business it will save the cost. Next, fourth one is to improve utilization of resources. Of course, when you learn about some new methods, definitely we will get something in return, that is we will go for maximum utilization of the resources. And fifth one is to eliminate wasteful and inefficient motions. So when too much work we are doing, even though the some easiest methods are there, then it is an wasteful thing, and inefficient motions, that is movement of the workmen. So that should not be happen. Okay, next we will go for the steps of method study. There are basically 8 steps are there, we'll see. So if you want to be bring some new method in the work, then you should go for these steps. So first what you will do, suddenly you can't bring some new method in a present work. What you have to do, you have to be select first which work you wanted to be studied. That unit of work you should select. Next, by common sense we can say, first you select, next we'll go for critically we have to be collect all the facts about the present job. We should record all the facts of the present job, because first we need to be study the present job condition, then we have to be improve some we have to bring some new method which would otherwise not at all possible. So record all the facts of the present job. Next, very common sense, third one, you just examine once again whether the present method is good or not. So examine, real understanding about the facts. You should first you understand, because before implementing some new things you should understand the present condition thoroughly, then only you can bring the new method. Next, fourth one is you develop a record of an improved method and select the best method. So whatever you have developed, whatever you are having an idea, new method, you just select the best method. That is because in your mind there are number of ideas, number of alternatives, you just select it. Next, fifth step is that evaluate. You just evaluate all those methods. Okay, just evaluate the method which you have selected, best method, in terms of its cost as well as in terms of the effectiveness, whether it is suitable for the worker or and how it is beneficial to the organization. You just evaluate. Next 6 one is define it correctly, so that it does not get affected to in any directions to the organization. You just define it. Once you define, then you go for installation, just to install it, because some of the things are we are discussing, we are conveying, but later we are not at all able to bring into a practice. We are just keep it in a file. No, that should not be. You should install it. Once you install, you just maintain. That means you have to be compare, okay, how the thing is going on. Once you implemented the new method, how the thing is going on, or the previous compared to the previous one, this one is difficulty or not. All these things you have to be checked out. That is called as maintain. Okay. Next concept, that is time study. So very next, we already know that work study is equal to time study plus motion study. Okay, work study is equal to time study is plus motion study, or method study is equal to time study plus motion study. Okay, what is this time study? Time study is concerned very simple. We in our own words only we can tell. Time study means study about the time, total time required to perform one unit of work. That is called as time study. Very common, sir, but still we will see the definition. Time study is concerned with the determination of the amount of time required to perform a unit of work. It consists of process of observing and recording the time. You just observe it, how much time has been taken by the worker at present. Okay, observe recording time required to perform each element of an operation, so as to determine the reasonable time in which the work should be completed. Because your ultimate aim is to be reduce the time within a shortest period of time. The number of unit of work has to be complete. That is the main motto. That's why you are going for study about the time of the work. Okay, we'll go for the next concept, objectives of time study. First one is very common sense, to furnish a basis of comparison for determining operating effectiveness. Okay, so our main aim is to be comparing the how the time is get affected on the effectiveness of the worker. Second objective of time study, to set labor standard for satisfactory performance, because no one wants to be take highest time to complete the task. If it is take more time, definitely their performance will be decreased and they will lose the interest. But within the shortest period of time, if you are doing number of work, then it was quite bringing a satisfactory performance. So third one is see, I will give one common example how it is possible. No one wants to be reach a far of the place by taking a long time. They wanted to reach it within a shortest period of time to a beautiful place. So that in that way we can discuss them. Third one is to compare alternative methods in method study in order to select the best method. Okay, so whatever we have did in method study, what is our aim? To bringing an improved method. So to compare alternative methods in method study in order to select the best method. So while you are selecting the best method also, that this time study is very helpful. Next, fourth one is to determine standard cost. Okay, so that period of time, how much cost is involved, how much expenses are involved within that sort of, because any worker, if they are working from morning 8 o'clock to night 10 o'clock, then their salary should be is also like that. So we have to be think in that direction. So time study is very helpful for determining standard cost. And fifth one is to determine equipment and labor requirements. So time study is very helpful for what are the different equipments are required, what are the different requirements are necessary for the labors, all those we can determine. Next, sixth one is to determine basic time or normal time. So it is very helpful for determination of what is the basic time or normal time. Okay, because every industry, they should first of all prepare time schedule. So how many workers are working in each department and how much time has been taken by each worker to complete the unit of work in a particular department. All these things has to be recorded properly. Okay, next one is seventh, last seventh one is to determine the cycle time or for completion of a job. So every job is involving total cycle time. Okay, so in order to determine that cycle time, this time study is very important. Next, steps involved in time study, very simple. The first one is in the same way what we did it in method study. Select the job which you wanted to be studied, you just select it. Select the worker to be studied. So because the number of workers are there, each workers are designations are different, each workers are working in a different line, each workers works are different. Okay, so select the worker to be studied with whom you wanted to be studied. Next, conducting stopwatch time study. What is stopwatch time study? That means you might have seen one what is the clock will be referred. So they will go for the experiment, they will take one worker to start the work, and they will keep on watching that time. So once the time has been over, actual time what the worker has taken, that will be, because the experts, they have decided that this work has to be completed in a particular period of time, and how much time has been taken that particular worker, they will compare later. That is called a stopwatch time study. Okay, according to the experts opinion, only this much time only that work has to be completed. That is the main experts opinion, but worker has taken more than that time. So that's why this stopwatch time study will be conducted. Next, fourth step is a determination of normal or basic time. You just determine how much basic time or normal time is required to come. And last one is according to the time has been taken, you just fix the number of allowances to the worker. That means whether he is eligible to get the DA, whether he is eligible to get HRA, whether he is eligible to get TA, based upon the number of time, amount of time taken by that worker. Okay, this is all about the time study. I hope all of you understood. Thank you.